Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's edition of HR Mentorship Learning Series. Tonight, we'll be looking at a very interesting topic, all right, and our facilitator is Alessia Walker. Our topic is career development opportunities and initiatives. Alessia is an accomplished human resource and organizational development consultant with extensive experience in helping business align people, structure, and strategy for sustainable growth. She holds a higher national diploma in business administration and management and has completed an MBA in HR and cultural intelligence, equipping her with the skills to lead and design people-centered strategies in diverse work environments. Our expertise spans talent management, performance systems, organizational structuring, design, and leadership development across multiple industries like real estate, logistics, FMCG, and renewable energy. She's passionate about helping organizations build resilient workforces, strengthen culture, enhance organizational efficiency through strategic HR initiatives and data insight. Valencia is the principal consultant at HR Resources Limited. Speaking to us tonight on the topic career development opportunities and initiatives, let's welcome Valencia Walker. Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Oluyemi, for that beautiful introduction. So we'll be discussing on career development opportunities and initiatives, just like the moderator has already said. And this will bother around building growth pathways for HR professionals and their organizations. What will this session cover? The objective is to strategically to help HR professionals strategically manage their own career growth and transitions, and it will also equip them on how to design and implement career development programs that will enhance their performance and organizational capability. By the end of this webinar, we should be able to identify key stages and competencies in HR career progression, apply frameworks for personal and organizational career development, align development initiatives with business goals, and recognize global and local HR certification opportunities. So let's move directly to our topic for today, career development. What is career development? It is an ongoing process whereby you define your career goals, improve on your skills, you gain experience and build networks that will help you to advance professionally and increase your job satisfaction. It can either be done through on an individual level or through an organization whereby your employer actually pays for you or to take up a course for development, hire an in-house trainer or an external trainer to train you on career, on different HR programs. So it could either also be a situation where you are pursuing your career development individually, while the organization, on the other hand, is also trying to help you develop in your career. And whatever the situation is, it is essential that every HR professional adapts to changing job markets. This will help you to achieve long-term professional fulfillment. Why is career development important for employees? It helps to increase job satisfaction and engagement because the job market is volatile. The job market is volatile and it comes with a lot of challenges and legal factors which keep changing. It keeps changing. So if you develop yourself as an HR professional, it will help you to shape the business landscape. It will help you to adapt to the changing business landscape. Now, each of these elements are elements that influence decision-making processes in organizations, and they require strategic planning to mitigate those potential risks. And that is where career development brings you, because when you develop in your career, it helps you to learn. It helps you have a variety of knowledge, a wide knowledge on how to approach this volatile market with its changing challenges and legal factors. Then we look at Confidence. What does it do to employee confidence? It boosts your confidence and it also boosts your level of employability. How does this happen? It comes with operational challenges, legal factors, and all of these are things that plays a role in shaping the business landscape. So you influence decision making as well. Now, when you develop your career, it gives you confidence. It gives you confidence in executing your job roles. Even when you are faced with higher job roles or faced with or you find yourself among senior professionals, because you are developing yourself, you will not be left behind. You will easily be able to catch up with whatever your senior colleagues are doing or what they are discussing. And when your organization faces a challenge, you will also be able to easily tackle those challenges. Why? Because you are ready. Now it will boost your confidence and your level of employability because moving from one organization to another, it means you are employable. It means you have the necessary skills. It means you have the necessary knowledge. It means you know the job know-how. You have the skills that are necessary for this job to be executed. And because of this, organizations who need HR professionals would easily want to hire you. Why? Because they know that you are bringing in value. And how are you able to bring in value? It is because you have gone through some career development processes throughout your career. Then we look at enhancing earning potential. The more you grow, the higher your job role, the higher your pay. That is how we summarize enhancing earning potential. Now, if you do not improve yourself, if you do not develop yourself, there are skills that will be necessary for you to have in order to execute your job role. But because you do not have that skill, it will be difficult for you to earn a promotion. It will be difficult for you to land higher job roles, which means you will not be able to earn more than you are currently earning. But when you develop yourself, you have that potential of earning more because you put you at a level where you can easily get jobs at higher levels. It also put you at opportunities where you can get promoted in your current job, which comes with more pay. And then it fosters adaptability and resilience. When you develop yourself as an HR professional, it helps you stay relevant in the job market. It helps you stay relevant in the career. It helps you stay relevant in your organization. And it also helps you adapt to new technology and industry trends. There are external factors that influence different industries. They keep changing, and that's why we said the market is volatile. It keeps changing. So when you develop yourself, it will put you at the level at which you know that, okay, there is a change in this particular policy. So whenever there's a change, you know there's a change. Why? Because you keep developing yourself. And you also make you to learn how to use new technology. Technologies, they come up every day from when we were doing manual HR, then we now started using software where we had to develop documents from our heads, from the scratch, to when we had to start using AI, when we had to analyze data manually, to when we had to start using data analysis softwares. So these are changes in technology. Now, how ready are you to adapt to those technology, to those changes? How much of this new technology do you know? How well are you versed with this new technology? That is what personal development and career development does for you as an HR person. It will help you to navigate your career transition more effectively. That is, if you are transitioning from one organization to another, or you are transitioning from one position in the HR ladder to another. Then we look at organizations. Why does career development matter for organizations? It helps to improve employee retention. Any organization that trains their employees has a high probability or possibility of high employee retention. Why? Every employee wants to grow. So any organization that offers them that growth, they will want to stay in that organization and grow. So instead of looking for where to move to, they would want to stay in that organization because they know they are developing in that organization. The organization is helping them grow on their job roles. And this also means that the organization is not just helping them grow, but the organization is also investing in them. And this will help to reduce turnover and increase employee retention. What does it also do for organizations? It helps organizations to attract top talent. I, for one, personally, I would not want to work in an organization where they don't train their staff do not grow, they don't develop. No. So if I'm looking at a choice organization to move to or to work with, it will not be one that does not develop their staff, but one that develops their staff, send them on trainings. It could be internal trainings, it could be external trainings, it could be online trainings. It could even be getting them one-on-one mentorship or coaching. Those are choice organizations because every top talent in the market wants to grow above the level at which they currently are. So any organization that would offer them that growth is a choice organization and they would want to work in it. Now, why is this important? The job market is very, very competitive, and top candidates will be seeking out for companies that match their goals, for companies that also demonstrate the level of commitment they want. And how do these companies demonstrate this commitment? By investing in the growth of their employees. It also helps them to develop future leaders. How? In the career development framework, if an organization has a strong career development framework, it helps the organization to identify and cultivate potential leaders internally. So when they need to fill a role, maybe a senior level role, instead of looking to recruit externally, they fill that role from the people they already have internally. Why? Because they have trained these people to take up more bigger roles, and that is where succession planning comes in. Because when an organization has a succession plan, a mapped out succession plan, it shows roles that will be available in 2 months, roles that will be available in the next 1 year, roles that will be available in 6 months, and who are the potential employees they have that can fill that role. When they have this in place, they begin to look at the skills necessary to fill that role. Now, do these employees have that skill? No. If no, they train those employees on those skills or on that particular job role, which they will be expecting that employee to handle in the next, let's say 6 months, in the next 1 year, or let's say during the next promotion. Now, this helps to create a large or robust pipeline because you have potentials in your organization and you can also recruit. So you have a large pipeline of candidates to choose from for that role. And it also helps for stability and business continuity because the time you will spend recruiting for that role and training the person to meet up or to be at par with what you need or the skills you need for that job role is going to slow down operations for the period with which that employee will come in. But when you have an already available and someone who is skill ready in your organization, there's no need for delay. Once that position is vacant, the person takes it up immediately and fills in. Then it also increases productivity and performance because when employees are engaged and motivated and equipped with skills they need to grow, they become more productive and and efficient in their job roles. What does that mean? An employee cannot give you what they don't have. An employee cannot give you what they do not have. So it is only what they have they can give you. Now, an employee who was able to let's take sales for example, an employee who was able to give you 2 million naira sales as at February, but as at October, the employee is able to give you 60 million naira sales. That is because that employee has developed themselves, or you as an organization has developed that employee on sales. You have trained them on how to make more sales, and they are applying what they learned from the training on their job. So you now see that because this person has gained more skills, has gained more knowledge, the person is able to bring in these things that they know, apply it to their jobs, and they are becoming more productive. Now, what does this translate to? It translates to an enhanced organizational performance and profitability. Then we look at career development for HR professionals. Career development for HR professionals involves advancing through traditional roles like assistants, like HR assistants to HR director. Now, this is a step-to-step process. It doesn't just happen overnight. It takes years. And in that years, have you been able to develop yourself such that you are no longer able to handle just an assistant role, but you've been able to handle a coordinator role, a human resource officer role, then you advance to a human resource manager role and climb up the ladder just like that down to the director role. It also involves pursuing specialized areas. Now, specialized areas means that you move from HR assistant or HR generalist to a specialized role. Like let's take for example, I'm going to highlight a few specialized areas in HR. You look at payroll manager, you look at people and culture manager or officer, you look at talent manager or talent development, you look at compensation and benefits, you look at performance manager, and all of those are specialized roles in HR. Now, are you stuck in the HR generalist role, or do you move from the HR generalist role and you pick a particular role and become a specialist in that role? Another thing is obtaining certifications and focusing on advanced skills like HR analytics, HR strategy, and leadership. How do we achieve this? This will be achieved through continuous learning, through networking, through building professional networks, gaining diverse project experience to align with organizations' business goals. Now, when we talk about gaining diverse project experience, it means you are not stuck on that job, having to recruit every day, do payroll, do this, do that. No, you are open to other experiences or other projects that do not directly link to your specific job role. This helps you to do what? To have a wide knowledge on different aspects of the business. Then, with that knowledge of the business, you apply your human resource knowledge and skills. You see that there will be an alignment with what you are doing and the organization's overall business goals. Then we look at HR career path. We look at career path for progression. What are the steps? The first step is the foundational step where you start as an entry-level HR person. Under entry level, we have HR assistant or HR coordinator, where you learn fundamentals of human resource management, including labor law and performance management. Then you move to the part where you gain diverse experience. That's under entry level still. You gain diverse experience where you look for opportunities to work on projects that are outside your scope. Then you become a master in HR fundamentals, where you ensure that you have a strong understanding of key areas in human resource management, like employment laws, employee relations, and performance management. Then we go to the next step where it has to do with developing advanced skills. Developing advanced skills means that you learn data analysis, you learn to use data. Now, how do you do this? You actively upskill in HR analysis and data-driven decisions. You actively upskill in HR analytics and data-driven decision making in order to provide more strategic value to your organization. Now, do you just make recommendations to your organization? Do you just advise? What is the data you have at hand to back up your recommendations or your advice? If you do not have data to back up your recommendations, it is most likely that management will not take you serious. But when you have data and you're showing them that, okay, between January and March, we have this number of staff who left the organization. Between April and June, we have this other number of staff who left the organization. Now, when we made our findings through our exit process, we found out that these are the reasons why 80% of them left the organization. And in order to avoid facing the same situation, because it is costing us time and finances, in order to avoid this situation coming up again, this is the recommendation I'm making to management. Management will look into it because, of course, no organization wants to keep spending money on recruitment when they have other things to spend money on, and they don't also want to spend too much time recruiting and training, and at the end of the day, the staff will leave. So when you put it to them with accurate data, they are likely to buy into your advice or your recommendations. Then look at developing leadership skills. Here, there is a focus on enhancing capabilities in project management, critical thinking, or stakeholder management and engagement. Now, when we talk of project management and critical thinking, project management is not outside HR scope. When we talk about project management, it could be in the aspect of recruitment. If your organization asks you to recruit 5 staff for the marketing team, that is a project. Now, the first question is, why are we recruiting? Who do we need to recruit for? What skills do we need to recruit for? How much are we paying? What are the qualifications we need? What specific areas will they be covering when they come on board? This is a step-to-step process you have to follow in order to ensure that the recruitment process is done effectively. That is a project management. You could be asked to get your staff trained on a particular skill. Now you have to start looking or sourcing for people who handle that training and handle it effectively. That is project management. So you need to be able to grow your knowledge or your skills on these aspects: project management, critical thinking, and stakeholder engagement. Then you pursue specializations, like you earlier mentioned, where you specialize in areas like talent management, payroll, performance management, based on what your interests and your capabilities are. So we look at strategic career advancement. What do we have under strategic career advancement? What does it entail? It entails that you align HR with business goals. And how is this done? It's done by understanding how the organization's business model. Okay, so it is done by understanding the organization's business model in order to identify how HR can add value and contribute to objectives like profitability and productivity. As an HR person, whatever strategy or process you are coming up with, if it does not align with your organization's business model, that strategy or process will not be effective, and it is likely that management will not buy in. And how do you ensure that your strategies or your processes aligns with the organization's business model? You have to understand the business. You have to understand the business. And part of the ways you understand business is through stakeholder engagement. Who are the stakeholders in the organization? Who are the leadership team in the part of the leadership team in the organization? They are at the best position to carry you through or to put you through on what the organization's business model is, what the industry is about, what the organization's overall goals are. When you understand these things, you'll be able to come up with policies, strategies, and processes that fully align with the organization's overall goals and yes, and then it also leads to profitability and productivity. Then the next thing is to build your network. Are you a solo HR professional, or do you have a network of HR professionals? Both those who you probably are above their level and the ones that are above your level in different industries, in different organizations. Why is this important? It is important because there are times when you would face challenges in your organization that you may not exactly know how to handle them. Now, who helps you? Those who help you are people who are in the same profession as you, who have probably had these experiences or had experiences that are similar to what you are experiencing. They will be the best people to tell you, oh, I faced this challenge, this was how I handled it. This other person says, oh, I faced a challenge like this, similar to this is how I handled it. There must be someone in your network who will tell you, oh, I've not handled this situation, but in this situation, this is what I would do. So you see that you've already gotten three different people with three different ideas or recommendations. It will be easy for you to face that or handle that challenge because you have people in your network who are supporting you. The next thing will be to find mentors. Now, who are mentors? Mentors are people who can offer guidance to you, share their experience to you to help you navigate your career decisions and develop key skills in your career. And then you lead strategically instead of being a firefighter, remaining a firefighter or an office police, like some organizations will call it. You move to be a strategic partner where you focus on impactful projects and building trust with other leaders and other employees in the organization. Then we go to HR career competency framework, where this framework is a model that actually defines the skills that are required, behaviors and knowledge for HR professionals. It is also used to guide performance management, to guide skill gap analysis and development. Then this framework is also mandatory and core to all HR competencies for all HR staff, as well as specialist or leadership competencies for specific HR roles. It also provides a roadmap for organizations to ensure that their HR teams have the capabilities that are necessary to support their business strategy. So let's take a look at an HR skills framework or model. We have the HR specific skills, we have the business acumen, we have the soft skills, we have the digital and data literacy. These are the 4 key skills every HR professional should have. Under the HR specific skills, what do we have? We have HR knowledge and expertise, recruitment and selection, administrative expertise, cultural awareness and sensitivity, employee experience, expertise, well-being, evangelism. And under business acumen, we have advising, we have coaching, we have commercial awareness. We also have HR strategy creation and execution. Under the soft skills, we have proactivity, active listening, effective communication, teamwork. And under digital and data literacy, we have being analytical and data driven. So you need to know how to analyze data and also make decisions that are data driven. Then we have HR reporting skills, we have command of technology. What are the certifications and professional development processes or that HR professionals can can embark on or can have. We have the CIPM, which is Nigerian based. We have different levels, and the area of focus is on HR generalities and strategic area HR. Then we have the SHRM, which is a global certification that focuses on strategic HR and business alignment. Then we have the HRCI, which is also global. We have the CIPD, which is UK based, but it's global. We have Coursera, or the LinkedIn Learning. And we also have other certifications for different levels and different areas of focus. So what are tools for personal development? We have individual development plans, which is IDP. And this IDP is a personalized roadmap for career growth that outlines your professional skills and the skills you also need to develop to achieve this career growth. Now, to set an effective IDP, you need to be able to ensure that you set SMART goals. When we talk of SMART goals, we mean goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Now, why do we say you need to set SMART goals? When you set a goal that is specific, you have a clearly defined goal. This is where I am heading. You know where you are going. Now, how do you know when you have achieved that goal? It means the goal has to be measurable. Oh, I want to achieve 80% of excellent communication. Now, you give yourself what you need to know, certain guidelines that will make you know that, oh, I actually achieved 80% of this effective communication skills. That is because you are able to measure how you are improving on that skill. Now, the next thing is to ensure that this goal is achievable. Is this something you can do? Is it something that you can do? If yes, how relevant is it to your job role or to the overall goal of the organization? How long do you plan to work on that goal? Or how long do you plan to develop yourself such that you actually achieve that goal that you set? Then you conduct a self-assessment to evaluate your current strengths using the SWOT analysis. You look at your strengths, you look at your weaknesses, you look at the opportunities you have for growth, and the threats. What are the threats? The threats are challenges you may face in the process of achieving that goal. After looking at the SWOT analysis, you create an action plan by breaking down your goals into specific actionable steps. And for each step, ensure that you include a timeline and the resources you need. Then we look at mentorship. Mentorship provides a guided path for HR professionals by connecting you to mentors or to people who are more experienced than you are in your field. Now, what do these people do? These people will support, advise, and give you insights on how to deal with challenges you meet in your job or along your career path. How do you go about mentorship? You find an internal mentor. It could be an internal or an external mentor. You connect with a senior employee who you look up to. This relationship can help to provide insights into company culture and internal advancement opportunities. Then you also find an external mentor. These external mentors could be in professional associations or in different industries. You could also attend industry events to help you connect with experienced professionals externally. Now, what do these external mentors do? These external mentors can offer you unbiased perspectives on industry trends and career moves. They can also offer you unbiased perspective on your performance on your job, in your job role, your current job role. Then we also leverage on mentoring opportunities where you get a mentor who can set you strategically and who can help you set strategic and realistic goals, who can also help you develop both your technical skills and your soft skills, such as adaptability, resilience, and also help you boost your confidence as you take on new challenges.
Inside the church has this.
Another method is networking. When you network, you create a room for professional growth because you'll be able to have access to new ideas, different opportunities, and career advice. Now, networking helps you to build a strong network, which involves nurturing mutually beneficial relationships over time. Now, this networking is not a process where you just have people on your list. No, there are people you maintain constant communication with, so that when you have issues, you can easily reach out to them. It won't be that you only reach out to someone when you have issues. But when you maintain constant communication, you can easily reach out to these individuals when you have challenges. And how do you achieve networking? You can achieve that by attending industry events where you meet professionals in your field. These events could be conferences, could be webinars, could be expos. You meet professionals in your field and you learn about latest trends in your field. And then you can also engage on professional platforms like HR mentorship. There are other professional platforms. There are other professional platforms that use LinkedIn to connect with. Sorry, there are other professional platforms like LinkedIn, which you can use to connect with industry leaders and join relevant groups, share your expertise too. Then we look at volunteering in communities where you can, it helps you to expand your network, you meet new people, you gain new skills in informal settings. The last will be to nurture existing relationships. You can reconnect with your former schoolmates, your former colleagues, or managers, and then you regularly check in with them so that you maintain valuable connection.
If we give you a child,
Then we look at career check-ins, which are vital for monitoring progress and staying aligned with our professional goals. How do we do these career check-ins? We need to schedule regular meetings with our managers to ensure that we set clear agendas and provide updates on our goals. And this needs to be done at least quarterly to discuss our progress on our individual development process or program. Then we also need to ask for feedback and accept the feedback when it is given. If we do not ask for feedback, we may not know how we are performing. And when the feedback is given, what do we do with the feedback? Do we go back, sit down, and work on the feedback given to us? That is very important so that we can improve our performance and identify blind spots. Blind spots are areas that we may not notice. Areas that we may not notice. Then we also need to document our growth by maintaining a record of our achievements, lessons we've learned, and any feedback we receive from our managers. And this will help us to track our development and provide evidence of our progress. And then we reflect and realign. Do we do check-ins? Yes, we can do check-ins. It could be 6 months, it could be 4 months, it could be annually. We check in on ourselves, ask ourselves critical questions like, in the process of my development, what did I do well? What were the challenges I faced? Did I take full advantage of available opportunities? What adjustments do I need to make in order to stay on the track towards my goals? Then we look at linking career development to business goals. We'll be talking about personal career development. Now, when you have developed yourself personally as an HR professional, how do you link this development to the overall business goals? When we invest in career development while aligning it with business goals or objectives as HRs, it helps to strengthen both the organization, the individuals, that's you, the HR professionals, and other employees in the organization. And at the end of the day, it leads to organizational success. What are the benefits? Talent retention and cost reduction. Because when you invest in career growth, it cuts recruitment expenses because we reduce the rate at which employees leave the organization. That's reduce the rate of attrition. Now, if the rate of attrition is reduced, it means the rate at which you recruit will also reduce, and the expenses for recruitment reduces too. It also boosts employee morale and increases productivity by retaining experienced, high-performing employees. It also helps to align ambition and direction. When you connect employee goals to company objectives through shared purpose, cascading goals, and open dialogue drives, it helps it drives engagement and performance. And then we look at leadership continuity and agility. When you develop internal talent, it ensures that there's smooth succession planning or smooth succession. It also ensures that there's adaptability and equips the organization to thrive even when there are changes. So what is our conclusion and our key takeaways from this topic for today, for today's webinar? We have looked at career development and we see how it fuels both personal and organizational success. We have also seen how continuous learning is a new competitive advantage. And then we looked at how HR must champion growth, first for ourselves and then for the people in our organization. So we also need to remember that the best HR professionals are not just the ones that manage talent, but the ones that multiply talent. So we need to invest in growth. And when we do so, we will never have to chase growth opportunities or employment opportunities. Rather, these opportunities will come looking for us. Why? Because we become an employee of choice. So this is the end of our topic for today, and we leave the room open for questions.
You forgot about that man. Don't let their law draw you back and make you become what you use now. Yeah, compulsory lazy. What is the max? Don't pass it.
The room is open for questions. Mr. Oluyemi.
And tell them that whether the law is there or not, pass it. Bro, sorry. So, like I said, if you don't learn, God will stay with you till you pass that stage. Now, that is if you don't stay with you, what do is maybe God or lose? Again, nothing happens but to surprise God. So, as I was doing this, his pets.
The room is open for questions, please.
His debts, the punishment. Debts. His debts evil. His debts mistakes. His debt active. So people that have debts, see people. Debts. under 76 and 86. It is a constant of 46. It is a constant. It's Pastor Richard. It's Pastor Richard. All act related. So when it happens, you have to decide God about it. See God is well.
Okay, so I'm seeing a question in the group, in the chat, says,
Praise
I
God.
didn't quite get your conclusion,
Can I say
which
because
bordered on
I'm
management
on the journey of
continuity.
grace.
So when we talk about
my
career
19-year-old
development
has
leading to management continuity,
I
I didn't say about management
I said, I was
continuity,
angry,
I
I was
said
not happy,
business continuity.
I was ashamed.
Now, what this
You know what
does
I
is,
felt?
it makes your employees, it makes the employees in the
That's so
in your organization
Why would
to be ready to take up new
you am
roles.
I neglecting?
It makes
I
them
was
ready for
thinking
new
about
roles.
those
So once there's a new role, they are able to fill in that new role internally and immediately because the employees are already prepared for that new role. It could be a new role, it could be an already existing role, but the person on that role either exited
But guess what?
the organization or the person was terminated, the person's employment was terminated, whatever happened, and an open role, a vacant role in the organization. Being ready, skill ready, knowledge ready helps business continuity. Why? They're not going to go through an external recruitment process because they already have people in the organization who are prepared for that role, who have been trained for that role. So that role will be filled immediately and business continues.
It's no pass, no class, no blueprints, no let me, if you do this, I'll stop loving you. He loves you when you are bad. He loves you when you are evil. In fact, he loves you when you're a murderer. He loves
Any
you
other
as
questions?
you are. He doesn't change his love for you. So if there's any loss in your life, whether it's a job loss, a family loss, or maybe your health is failing, guess what? There is a message he needs for you. It's either God is calling to draw closer to you, or God is going to use you as a prototype for you to pass a message.
Any other
Somebody else
questions?
that's going to go through that same thing. You will not be the voice that will speak into the life of that person that's either lost the job, lost the family, or the health is failing. You will be the voice that will encourage you because you have been through it. You know how it feels, you know the bond, you know the weight you carried. It will help you so that help others. That means God will not waste your pain. So your pain will not bring joy to somebody else. If something
Please
happens
ask
and
your questions or you
maybe
can
she
put them
doesn't
in
have
the
a
chat
job,
box.
and I've been through that season before. I know what I will take myself. What she will hear that will make her fix. Because trust me, when you are in pain, nothing passes through your ears. Nothing. There's nothing you say to that person that they will listen to. But one of the things that will make them listen is when you bring God's word to them. Even what you think. That has worked for me. And it's something that will listen to. So there's nothing that happens to you that is a waste. What's calling you? Wants to be used. And we found out that Genesis concerning this also in Luke chapter. So now James is saying that what was
I think we can all unmute and thank the facilitator for today.
Maybe you didn't read that part.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you for being here and thank you for your participation.
Yes.
That's my account. Abraham, Genesis chapter 2.
And some say others.
All right, so thank you for for being in the session for today, and the session for today has come to an end, and I would love to wish everybody an amazing night rest. I know we are all tired and we need to rest, so good night, everybody.
James 1:13.
Let Romans when it's all are not in neither tempted any man. So Genesis chapter 22 verse 1.
Yes.
Can you please give us the results?
We back to this.
Which one? KJV.
You keep it, believe it.
Alright, and it said, and it came to pass after this thing that God did tempt Abraham, and he said unto him, Abraham, and he said, behold, I am here. So this Genesis 22 is saying that God tempted Abraham, and James is saying God does not tempt any man. So
what's the the tenth that God says doesn't tempt?
So when James says God, so because I get
You understand?
so the example of the temptation that I say, I can say because according to the scripture, according to what James is saying, that when you are being tempted, it's because of the lust. That God does not tempt with evil. Do you understand? Because of your selfish principle, like we said earlier, some people that went to do money sharp. Some people that went to do sharp money and they died early. It's not what God planned for them. Do you understand? But they were drawn because of their lust. So when people before them, they shouldn't say it is God that is tempting them, but it's because of the lust that draw to it. So maybe it's that thing, but it's why I'm asking.
Yeah.